All right, TM Warrior fans and surrounding areas. It's Friday. Usually, when we talk to Loso Midway Warrior Sports, it's on Thursday, but we couldn't get Coach Moody on, our baseball head coach there at TM yesterday. So we wanted to go ahead and get a podcast on before the week ended. So we're coming on today instead of Thursday, but it still is Thursday TM podcast. And we're going to be talking TM Warrior baseball, and on the screen, you see the head coach there for the Warriors, J.K. Moody. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming on and spending some time with me here. And then he does have three of his players. So let me just put my glasses on so I can read their names.
I'm Ozbie, Buentello.
Next.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Reyes. I'm Max Lara.
All right. So those are the three. They're seniors there. Ozbie Buentello. He is 4-0 on the mound this past week and was one of South Texas baseball pitcher of the week last week. Go ahead and raise your hand so they'll know who you are. Ozbie, there you go. And then we have in the middle Max Lara, shortstop, third baseman, the pitcher, district MVP from last season. What's up? And then we have Emanuel Reyes, pitcher, utility, committed to Texas A&M International on Tuesday as a pitcher and will be the starting pitcher for tomorrow's game versus Beeville. Guys, thank you very much for coming on. So this podcast is for you guys, so we try to recognize you and talk about you guys. The podcast is basically put together to be able to have Coach talk about the games. We recap and preview games, but we really want to focus on the players. So anytime you guys have a great game, if it's on the mound, if it's offensively, we definitely want to be able to talk about you guys. And if Coach can get you on, that's even better to talk about the games. But it's all positive. We don't, talk negative or anything here. Just to be able to recognize you guys to the community of Tuloso Midway and the surrounding area. So Max, since you're in the middle, I'll start with you here. So
Max is at the end. Emmanuel's in the middle.
I'm sorry, Max, Manuel, and Ozbie. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So Max, let's talk a little bit about you. So tell us a little bit about yourself. You're a senior. Is baseball the only sport that you play there at TM?
No, sir. I played basketball this year.
You did. And congratulations, you guys are in the playoffs.
Yes, sir. We did.
With Coach. But everybody tells me, because this is what they told me, honestly. So I said, so he's a basketball player. Yeah, but he's a better baseball player. Baseball is his sport. Like, I've never even met you. This is the first time, and people already tell me, yeah, but wait till you see him on the baseball field. That's where he really shines. So talk to us a little bit about yourself here. So have you always gone to school there at TM?
Yes, sir. I've gone to school since I was in kindergarten.
So you're a TM Warrior through and through, man. That's
Yes,
awesome.
Sir.
So baseball. So when did you pick up a bat, a ball, and started playing at what age?
Probably around 2 or 3. I think my dad put a bat and ball in my hand at some point.
Wow. Well, I tell you, I did that with my son too. He was 3 when I was taking him out to the field, and he was trying to hit off that tee. So your dad introduced you to the game.
Yes, sir.
So at what age did you say, man, I really love, like, do you remember when you really said, man, I really love baseball?
Probably around, I think it was in kid pitch when I really fell in love with the game.
And at what age did you say, hey, I'm pretty darn good?
I don't know. I feel like I always have stuff to work on, but probably around last year, I was like, I'm pretty good at this game.
Yeah, people tell me you're pretty good. I mean, you're people around there at TM say this is your sport. So if you're not saying it, other people are saying it for you. So, well, let's talk about last year. So Coach tells me this pitching group, about 30 plus wins. That's a lot as a group, right? And so when you have a group like that and they win that many games, it's going to be success. Obviously, you guys were the district champs in a very tough district. And then for Coach Moody to be able to bring all those pitchers back this year, like, expectations are super high. Do you feel any pressure, Max, this year? Like, as far as like last year, what you guys accomplished when you're coming into the season, do you feel, because now people everyone's coming back. Everyone's talking about it. Now we really got to perform. Do you feel any pressure, or is it the same as last year?
I don't know if it's pressure, but we definitely do have a target on our back. But I feel like if we just play our game and we pitch the way that we know we can pitch, we'll be fine.
Absolutely. And so coming in now, you guys obviously, and I'll ask the other guys the same question. So district rolls around next week, next Friday. I think Zapata, you guys will play on Friday. So you got 2 more district games. Do you feel like this team is prepared right now for district?
Can you repeat that?
We're having a hard time hearing you, sir.
I'm sorry. So so coming into this year, right? You said basically, you got like a target on your back. So my question is now with all of the non-district coming in, do you now feel like this team is ready? District starts next Friday against Zapata, I'm assuming. Are you guys prepared and ready to go for district? You got 2 more non-district games before that district starts.
Yes, sir. I do feel like we are.
And talk to me a little bit about this district. Obviously, for someone like me, I'll speak for myself, right? Like I can't wait to go see this district. Robstown, TM, Cal Allen, they're neighbors. I know there's 2 other teams, I think, or so, but you 3 are right there. I mean, it's right there, right? All 3 of you guys. Talk to me about what it's like. What's the atmosphere when these teams play? Robstown fans, TM fans, Cal Allen fans. What's it like out there at Tuloso Midway when we play baseball?
I personally think it's great. I absolutely love the atmosphere. There's so much energy in every game. We have a very competitive district, and any game can really go any way, just depending on how the game goes. So I absolutely love it.
I do too. I mean, I follow you guys on Game Changer. I follow the Lady Cherokees as well. And of course, everyone talks about that, right? Like everyone, like us as podcasters, we're talking all the time. Every time we can get on a microphone, hey man, TM Cal Allen team. Because when we had volleyball, they were telling me, man, it gets wild in the gym. Like it's really, really good. The girls are like, it's almost nerve-wracking because Channel 3's, we can't even hear the coach inside the gym when that's how loud it is, right? Football's the same way. I'm assuming baseball's the same way. So it's great, right? For the fans, for Coastal Bend baseball, but for players, when district comes, how do you keep the noise out? Like you're a pitcher, obviously, when people know that you're going to pitch, everyone's going out there. How do you kind of stay settled and don't really get caught up in the hype? Because with social media, it's everywhere, right? You get on Facebook, you get on Twitter, everyone's talking about it. What do you do? Or do you actually just say, I want to see what people are saying, or you just don't get on social media? How does that work for you?
I'm not really active on social media, so that doesn't really affect me. I just know what I do to prepare for games, and I trust it, and I don't let the noise get to me. I honestly really don't hear fans when I'm pitching. It's really just me, the catcher.
Awesome. And let's talk a little bit about your pitching coach. I think it's Coach Bella. Well, obviously, I know Coach Bella. He was out here at Rockport with us for a while. Talk to me a little bit about Coach Bella. He's been out there now a couple of years. How has he helped you better your pitching performance, better your game on the mound?
Yes, sir. I think Coach Bella is a great coach. He has a book and everything. That's a joke we got. He really breaks down our mechanics, and in pitching, it's a lot of little things that make a huge difference. So he's great at picking those things out and helping us fix them.
For you, what's it like? Because I'm assuming that you're like the leader of the pitchers. I don't know if that's true, but that's just what I'm thinking. But for you to be able to have, as a pitcher, 6, 7 arms that are really, really good, because coach is stacked there. It's not like 2 pitchers. You got to go with Max, and if he's gone, I ain't got nobody else. I mean, it seems to me from what I've been seeing and the way the pitchers are being used, there are multiple players that can come in for an inning, for 2 innings. You can go 3. I mean, there's so many good pitchers out there. How has that helped this team? Just because to me, pitching is where it starts. You're like the quarterback for football, right? If your pitching staff is good, you can be able to win a lot of games. But what's it like for you to be able to have or see as a player 5 or 6 other pitchers that can come right in and do what you do?
I think it's great. I think it just shows how deep we are, and it's not like all 6 of them are dudes too. It's great to have. It's you go out there and give your best, and if you're not on, you got a guy who's gonna come in and have your back.
That's what I think I kind of see, right? Because sometimes the stud pitchers, they just don't have it, right? Like sometimes you're on. I've seen pitchers that just they can't miss. They go to the pitch count and they're still throwing hard and throwing strikes up at that 100 plus. But sometimes you don't have it. And so when I sit here and I think, I said, man, for Toloso Midway, right? Like coach has multiple just pitchers that he can go to and use in different situations, right? How great is that to have that at Tolosa Midway when other teams don't have that depth at pitching, like I think Tolosa Midway does, man. That's awesome. But I tell you, Max, I'm looking forward to going out there. We were streaming one game. We look forward to going back out there a few more times and catch these district games. We're gonna actually put it on our GT Sports YouTube because that's where we have more people. We have a page where we have people from Sinton, Taft, Robstown, the Valley, that they come from all over on that page that they follow. So being able to live stream your games there gives us the opportunity to shine more light on the program. And then we'll share those links over to our page so the fans can see it as well. But I'm looking forward to being able to share more of your games across our pages so more people hopefully will tune in and see the talent that we have there at Toloso Midway. That's what we're trying to do to be able to build the program, get more eyes on the program. So thank you, Matt, for coming on and good luck. I mean, like I said, from what I hear, everyone says you're the stud. I can't wait. I thought you were going to pitch against the Rockport. Then I saw that you weren't pitching, and I told the guys, but by the way, coach, those guys that were in the press box, some really awesome guys. We had a great conversation, but when I told them about you, they, oh man, yeah, he's a stud. So everyone I've ever asked, that's what they tell me. Like, man, you got to see this guy pitch. So I'm excited to get the opportunity to pitch. Do you know when the next time you're going to be on?
I should throw Monday at Whataburger against the Oklahoma team.
Coach, that game starts at 8, 7?
Yes, sir. 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. All right. And I didn't know whether to ask you. When I asked you, I said, oh man, I shouldn't have said that because I don't know if coach wants to let that out of the bag just quite yet. But
It's okay. We don't have anything to hide.
all right. Now we go to the middle, and that's Emanuel, coach, that I got in the middle.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk a little bit about you. So you're a senior. Have you always been there at TM?
I moved 5th grade year.
Awesome. So you're TM. You've been there for a while now, right? You're a warrior. So let's talk a little bit about you. Do you play any other sports there?
No, sir. Just baseball.
Wow. Has it always been that way for you, baseball?
Football and basketball in middle school, but always mainly baseball.
Wow, that's great. And at what age did you pick up a bat and ball and started saying, hey, man, I'm going to hit that?
At 6 years old.
Wow. And who introduced you? Dad, family?
Excuse me?
Who introduced you to the game?
Introduced you to the game?
I used to go outside with my neighbors all the time, and we just play wiffle ball and stuff like that. And his dad offered to go to the ballpark, hit a ball around, throw a ball around. So there was Jerry and Jeremy.
Wow. That's the way I grew up too. That's the way I played. Everywhere I could play. Anybody that say, hey, come on, play, I played, man. And I gotta tell you honestly, Manuel, like when I was a kid, I loved baseball. Like that was the first sport that I liked, but I wasn't good at it. Fielding, yes. Hitting, no. And I'm talking Nathan, I played, and then it was embarrassing for me because coach would then call out, and Trevino 0-10. Ooh, God, everybody heard it, right? So I tried one more year. I just couldn't hit the ball, the curve and all this stuff. People would thought, man, that's not, I'm just no good. So I went to basketball, came real easy to me, picked it up quick, could use my right and left in middle school. And then I played soccer. So I loved baseball, couldn't play it, wasn't very good. So now I just talk about it to kind of stay around the game. I could do a little bit better than on the field. But at what age did you fall in love with the game? You said, man, like I love this game.
As soon as I started playing it, like right away, it was just competitive, one of the hardest sports in the game, and I love competing.
And at what age did you say I'm pretty good?
7 years old. Oh,
really?
I was pretty good freshman year. I was throwing pretty hard. It started growing up a little bit. It felt like I could come play.
That's awesome, man. Guys, I wish I had some of that talent. I don't, and I still love the game and I watch it. But I got to ask you. So okay. So you guys are pitchers. So I've always been curious. I'm going to ask you guys. how do you how do you throw how do you guys do that? How do you make the ball go in? You know, seriously, because like that's where I wasn't good at it hitting. Did that come natural? Anyone can did that come natural to you guys? Is this something you have to work with to get there? I mean, like, how does it work for you guys?
I think everybody does it a little differently. I
Yeah.
think some people struggle with it more. I think some it just comes easier. But I think that's with everything, control, velo. I think it really just depends on the person.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's what you're given, really.
Wow. And then hitting it, it comes kind of fast, right? So I could never pick it up. And I'll be honest with you, if I was there now, I wouldn't be able to pick it up now. It just wasn't part of my skill, I guess. And no matter who taught me, we're going to get better. So let's talk a little bit about the season. So you guys went to the Huntsville tournament, saw some good teams out there. Talk to me, Emanuel, a little bit about the team's performance. How did you see the Warriors perform in those 6 games?
We faced some pretty good pitching. We had a guy going against us up to 94, sitting around 91, 92, and I mean, our guys competed with it. We put some runs on the board, and I mean, that's one of the better arms, probably one of the best arms we're going to see all season. And we romped on him. Not only that guy, there's a lefty up to 91, 92, sitting around 88, 89, and we definitely competed. It's probably going to be the fastest lefty we see all year. And I mean, we that's what we do, really. We see a challenge, and everyone rises to the occasion and plays ball.
I think it was good to go out there, you know, because obviously you want to play Cat Island twice. I'm not sure exactly what Robstown has this year, but those are really tough teams. I mean, that's what they're known for, right? So being able to play these teams and seeing that, I think really better prepares the Warriors for what they're going to face here in district. I saw the last 2 games. Like I said, I was following on Game Changer, and there were 1-point losses. So I mean, you guys were right there with them, right? Like one hit, I guess, or one pitch or whatever, and you guys are winning. So I'm looking at those scores. I'm saying, man, we were right there. Even though we took the loss, we held those teams. I mean, our pitching did really, really well. So I was really impressed. I think we went 2-3-1 over there. Every game, I believe, was tough. Coach, were these schools bigger than TM? Are we talking 6A schools up there?
Yeah, we played 2 6As, 2 5As, and 2 4As. We tied with the 4A. That was the young man that was set in low 90s, topped out 94. A week before, he topped out at 95. And then the team, last team we played was a 3A. Team we tied with was 6th in the state. And the team that beat us 3-2, they were preseason 11 in the state. So the rest of them were, they were bigger than us. Yes, sir.
Man, but that's good. I mean, we competed. Man, so with the expectations, as I was telling Max, right? Do you feel any pressure? I mean, with all the talk, because now there's a target on your back, right? You guys are district champs. Everyone's coming for you, right? Like this year, they're the top dogs last year. So everyone's trying to knock you down, so to speak, right? Do you feel the pressure this year, more pressure this year than maybe you felt last year?
No, it's the same game that we've been playing since we were little kids. I mean, that's as simple as we can put it.
Wow. So no pressure, man. That's awesome. Let's talk a little bit about the Rockport game. You guys, what I saw, that's the first time I'd seen you guys. What was really impressive to me was no mistakes, at least from what I saw. Coach might have seen a little different, right, from you guys. But for me, it seemed like you guys were ready to go. I was watching you guys in warm-ups, and it just seemed like it was all repetitive, right? Like there's no, I'm going to do this. It's just grab the ball and throw. During the game, you know, Rockport made mistakes. You guys made them pay for those errors, right? They made some mistakes. You can't make mistakes against a good team. I want to get your thoughts, what you saw from your team against Rockport, right? The pitching, but the hitting and the fielding to me was what really caught my eye, because to me, it didn't seem like there were, if any, mistakes. It was hard for Rockport to get anything going for 7 innings. You guys shut them down. What was your thoughts on what you saw from your team against Rockport-Fulton?
Just 1 second. We have an announcement, Mr. Trevino.
Be aware that Monday during 8th period, you will be taking junior superlative pictures. You are to show up to your 8th period class, check in, and then report to room 204 so that your picture can be taken, and then you will be sent back to class. Here are our junior superlatives.
Oh, goodness. This could take a while, Mr. Trevino.
Okay, it's okay. No problem.
I'm sorry.
No worries. No worries.
Live radio. You're gonna hear
Maybe
about
that-
superlatives.
Girl, Madison Trevino, and boy, Tyson Zigaboo. Best romance, Pat Acosta and Richard Fuentes.
Best bromance. Those are two baseball players.
Yo, they wanted to come home.
Boy, Anthony Flores, and girl.
Oh, I can't hear you, sir. Hold on.
Most involved boy, Eric Gonzalez, and girl, David Tobias. And most photogenic girl, Leah Flores, and boy, Tyson Zigaboo. If you are any of those people and you were awarded a superlative for our yearbook, please be prepared to have your picture taken Monday during 8th period. Thanks, Kim. Have a great day.
All right. So the biggest bromance was Junior Patacosta and Richard Sanchez.
Yes,
They
yes.
played baseball. So
Wow, that's
an
awesome.
accomplishment.
No, that's fine. Hey, they want to be on live TV. Go on. We'll put the announcement. On there as well. That's all good with me.
Was your question for Emanuel or for myself?
Yeah, it was for Manuel with Rockport. You know, one thing that impressed me was the fielding that you guys. I don't think you guys made a mistake at all. It seemed. What was your thoughts on the way your team performed against Rockport-Fulton?
One of the big things we pride ourselves on is definitely defense. And when we have a pitcher that just goes in there and shoves, those strikes, hits the spots he needs to hit, and gets outs, I mean, it helps a lot, especially with the defense we've had. Our defense the past 2 years has been amazing. I mean, our depth is insane. We really, as like pitchers, as us three, it's helpful. It's the best thing to have, especially with the no-error game. It's the best you can ask for.
Manuel, I gotta tell you, Israel Benavides, man, like that kid covers ground out there. Man, like, I was telling about that guy, like, man, do you see this guy? Like he's like he's got speed. He covers so much ground out there. I wouldn't even hit the ball. That guy really. We've had him on, right?
Yeah, you had him on a couple weeks ago.
But when he does out there and just, I mean, there were balls that I didn't think he was going to even try hard to get, right? And he's chasing them down and he's catching them. And I'm like, wow, very impressed. You know, we can watch it back because we still have it on film. But that kid covers ground out there really, really good and really, really fast, man. So people better pay attention out there. Got a great right fielder out there in Benavides. First thing I saw in those games, wow. And he did a couple of good plays out there. It wasn't just one.
Yes, sir.
Wow, this kid is really good out there. Coach, he's a senior, you said?
Yeah, Panda's a senior.
Wow. That guy's really, really good. Hopefully we can get him back on. So let's talk, man, a little bit about Beeville. They're coming in tomorrow here to Toloso Midway. It's a Saturday game. Ordinarily, you guys don't play on Saturday. But Beeville's pretty good. I think it's going to be a good test. For them, it's going to be a good test to play you guys. But what are you expecting from Beeville tomorrow?
They've always been a competitive team. I mean, no one's going to let us roll over them, especially not Beeville. But I do expect to come out with a win tomorrow against them, of course.
It's going to be good. I wish I could be there, but I got to work. I don't get off till 2. And I saw it was an 11 a.m. game. And I said, man, can't make it. But I'll definitely be following you guys on Game Changer. Good luck tomorrow, man. I hope you guys get the win and continue to follow that on Monday, because then you guys start district on Friday. And that's where it really starts to count for Toloso Midway. Ozbie, I'll go to you now and ask you the same questions. Have you always been there at Toloso Midway since you were a kid?
Yes, I have, and then I moved from my 8th grade year to my sophomore year, and I came back my junior year, which was last year. It's been great ever since.
That's awesome. And I'll ask you, at what age did you say, hey, baseball's my sport? At what age did you pick up a bat and ball and start hitting and throwing?
I started throwing around like 2.5 with my dad outside his parents' house. We were always just throwing the ball around. So I just grew up throwing the ball, and then he put a bat.
So is it safe to say that for all three of you guys, y'all are baseball family?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Grown up together and everything.
Yeah, we played
Yes,
each other.
sir. Played with each other many years.
Yes, sir.
That's the chemistry. That's why Toloso Midwest, where that's it right there, man. You guys grew up together. You know each other. There's a lot of trust there. That's awesome. Well, I'll tell you, Coach Moody's got a great team out there, man. I'm sure a lot of coaches, Coach, would love to have what you have out there at Toloso Midway this year. That'd be great, right?
Yes, sir.
Ozbie, what's it like to pitch with these guys, these teammates? I mean, to be your last year to one district last year. Talk to us a little bit about what it's like for you to be able to pitch with your friends, but some other guys that are just as good as you are.
It's great. I feel like they make me better each and every day. They just try to push me around a little bit more. Yeah.
I gotta ask, so when like the team is good, right? So when you guys are around school, does everybody pump you up? You know, the other classmates. I mean, do you guys walk around up there? Yeah, we're good. I mean, how does all that work out when you guys are, because you guys won district last year, right? So but when baseball season comes around, kind of quiet after the season, but now it's coming around, people get excited, fans get excited. When you guys are around town, do you guys, anybody ever talk to you guys if you're around town? Hey, we're gonna win this year. Hey, let's go do it. Hey, let's get another district title. Does any of that come? Ozbie, do you get any of that?
Yeah. And then I just try to tell our teammates just stay locked in, stay what we gotta do, and then just do our job.
Absolutely,
Get
absolutely.
more.
Yeah. Let's
Sure.
talk a bit about the team coming in Monday. Whataburger Field, always the best. It's always nice to play out there. I didn't know that was Coach's brother that's coming in. So have you, I mean, because to me, playing a team from another state, that's awesome. I think for them to come down here, you're playing someone else. It's different out there. But for you, how are you, I mean, like, you know, that's Coach's brother. Does it mean anything to you as far as like, hey, they're coming from Oklahoma, they're not from Texas, we're going to beat them. We're going to take it easy. That's Coach's. I mean, what goes through your
We're
mind?
not going to take it easy.
No, he definitely, yeah. From the start, he definitely wants to win for sure.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, we can't take it easy, man. It is what it is. We're going to beat them. They're going to come all the way down. They're going to take a beating and they're going to have to take it all the way back.
Sure,
Up.
for
That's
sure.
what it
That's the
goes.
plan.
Any
Yeah.
team.
Absolutely. I think it's great though that they get to come down, that you guys get to play a team from another state. I think that's awesome. I wish there was more of that, especially in the non-district. I think that'd be good, especially these states that are close by. I think it'd be really great. But hopefully, we'll see if that ever comes together. Ozbie, district's coming up. Do you feel like your team's ready to go for district?
Yeah, for sure. We're for sure gonna see what's gonna happen tomorrow, and that's gonna determine. I feel like.
Right. And let me ask you about injuries. Are all you guys healthy?
Yes, sir. I'm good.
I'm knocking on wood. So
You have no injuries, right? Right, Coach? As
we're
far as-
good right now.
We're good. All right. We'll leave it there. That's good. Well, Max, I'll go back to you. So you got Coach Moody here, and I always do this on the podcast. And I'm going to ask Coach to talk about you guys as well. But tell us a little bit for people that do not know Coach Moody. What's he like as coach their program, and how has he helped you develop your game, better your game?
Yes, sir. I met Coach Moody my sophomore year when he came over, and from the start, Coach Moody has always been he's always been a great guy to be around. Even on the field, he's always joking, he's always laughing. Of course, he's getting on us whenever we're practicing, whenever we're messing up, but he always keeps it light, and he makes practice honestly really fun.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You guys have had a lot of success, and look, I mean, when I think the Coastal Bend has some really good baseball teams, right? Like we're good. Sinton, some of these smaller good schools, Cal Allen, we've had success in the corporate schools when I was there. So baseball programs here are really good. London, TM is now mentioned with those teams if they were not. I don't know back if they were, but today, when you mention top programs in the Coastal Bend area, Toloso Midway gets mentioned. People mention TM, people know. That's a credit to you guys, the guys before you guys that work hard. But you're mentioned there now. We live out here in Rockport. We know Toloso Midway coaches, you know, out here, players out here, people. You guys have been put on the map if you weren't out there 10 years ago. And that's awesome. That's a credit to the work the coaches are doing out there. Consistently, you're competing for district titles and you're making deep playoff runs. And I think for the Coastal Bend, that's really great. This is one of the districts that, whether you live in that area or in one of those schools, people want to see good baseball. People that don't even live around this area want to see matchups between Toloso Midway and Cal Allen, Robstown and Cal Allen. I mean, it makes for good baseball. And I think for Coastal Bend, that's awesome. So, man, thank you guys for the work that you put in. and make us. You give me something to talk about more, and I get to go out there and see you guys play. And I can't wait because I think I love good baseball. Obviously, I want Toloso Midway to win, but I love seeing good pitching. I love games that go 0-0 to the seventh. I mean, that is awesome. That's the excitement, right? To be able to watch it. Toloso Midway brings that for us. And so thank you very much. Manuel, I'll go to you. Talk to us a little bit about Coach. How has he helped you?
We've had the blessing to have Coach Moody here for 3 years. One of the biggest things that Coach Moody does is he hates losing, and that's a big thing, huge thing. When your coach wants to win as bad as you, if not more, that is a blessing. That is something you want. That is something you want to play for. Someone you want to play for, and I think that's my favorite thing about Coach Moody's coaching style.
Yeah. Awesome, Ozbie. You're next. Tell us a little bit about Coach.
Yeah, since I got here last year, first time, it's been great ever since. Good guy, for sure. He knows what he's talking about. Taught me a lot on the field. Like, yeah.
He's had a lot of success
Yes, sir, that too.
but I guess it makes it easier for him when he's got 3 guys here that are coachable. That's always the big thing, right? If you're willing to be coached by some good coaches, then you're going to be successful, right? These coaches know what they're doing. They've been doing it for quite some time. So that's awesome. Coach Moody, now I'll ask you before we let the boys go. Let's start out with Max, then Manuel and Ozbie, or you can go Ozbie the other way. But talk about these guys. What do they mean to you, and how special are they to be playing at the program there at Toloso Midway?
I mean, they're very special to the program. All 3 of them have. I mean, Ozbie was on varsity last year. But Eman's been on varsity since his sophomore year. Max has been on varsity all 4 years, but 3 with our coaching staff that we have now. So, their leadership, their ability to, I'm going to talk to them about them all in general, collective unit. They can coach on the field for us. And I mentioned that when we had Panda on here. He's another extension. We really rely on our players. Our older players, or maybe if not even our older players, but guys that have the experience to really guide the younger guys and be that voice in the field that, I mean, yeah, they can hear us yelling and, screaming and from the dugout, but, that calming voice that could really help their teammates. And all 3 of them do that. And all 3 of them have grown in different ways since we've been here. That's athletically, and that is as young men as well. So, as a coaching staff, we're extremely proud of them for how they've grown. Like I said, not only athletically, but as young adults, because all 3 of them are leaving us after this year. And I think TM's going to put out a really good product, into the real world after they leave high school. And it's also a testament to their parents. I can't go without talking about their parents. All 3 of them have really solid parents, parents at home that really, really help the program and have raised good kids. So, hats off to our parents. I mentioned them last time, as well. It really starts at home. And these kids all have a great set of parents.
Kudos to your parents, because that's true. When coaches talk about their players, when they're in high school, when they're seniors, and they talk about the leadership on the baseball field in this case, or the leadership at school or in the community, all that starts at home. You guys wouldn't be the kids, the young men you are today without mom and dad. So kudos to mom and dad for raising such great kids that coach gets to get, right? And you already been planted, right? In terms of you're already coachable. Coaches needs to come in and teach you the skills of baseball. So, man, that's awesome, guys. Thank you for coming in. My last question to you guys would be, Ozbie, I'll go to you. Any personal goals you want to kind of achieve this year before you graduate?
Definitely I want to beat my 8 wins from last year I had. I want to try to get more than that for sure. And just get more than this champ.
I think you're gonna get there. I really think you're gonna get there. It looks that way. Manuel, any personal goals for you?
Go to state, simple as that. Have a crazy game at Whataburger Field, so, yeah.
I'm looking forward to those games. I'm telling you, and there's no reason to think you guys cannot make a deep playoff run with this pitching staff that we've got there at Toloso Midway. Max, are you going to be MVP again this year?
I hope so. I hope I can do that. Yes, sir.
That'd be awesome. Any other goals? I mean, you've reached.
Of course, I always want to improve from what I did last year, but I really do want to win district this year, and I want to play at state. I want a chance to play at that field.
So everything's about the team, obviously, man. And good luck to you guys. I mean, I think we have the team here. Obviously, like I said, pitching is important. And it seems like Coach Moody has some great arms there. Hopefully we stay healthy and we make a good run. Hopefully district comes first, right? Hopefully we win district and stays there till tomato. That's number one. And then after that, I hope it's a deep playoff run. And we'll be right there supporting you guys. And this is your platform. So anytime you guys got something you want to say, we come on Thursday for 30 minutes. But if you need to come in at a different time, Coach, anything you want to get out to the community, feel free to have Coach text me if I can come on. It's your platform. That's why we made it out there. Feel free to come out. If you ever have to get a message out to the community, you can use the Tribe Sports Network here. It's for you guys. I appreciate your time. And any shout outs, Max, I go to you. Anybody want to give a shout out before we let you go?
My dad and my mom.
Mom and dad, shout out for Max. Awesome. You can't leave mom and dad out. They'll get mad at you when you get home.
Yes, sir.
Manuel?
My mom and dad and Mike McClendon.
Oh, yes, I've heard of him. He's the guy that coaches out, teaches. He's got a facility out there or something, right? Is that him?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've heard about him. I've heard some really good things about him. Ozbie?
I like my mom and dad also.
Awesome, guys. Well, thank you very much for coming on. Hopefully, we'll coach will have you guys back on before the season's over. Good luck tomorrow against Beeville and on Monday. And we'll see you guys soon. Coach, if we can stick around, I got some questions for you.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
They're going to go to practice now.
Thank you, sir.
Man, Coach, some awesome boys there, man. Thank you for bringing them on. We had Israel; he was awesome, and then the three pitchers, that was awesome. And thank you for bringing them all in. I'm looking for a great season. I think it's going to be a lot of fun watching these boys play, man. Even if you just go there to watch, this is going to be good baseball to watch this year here in district. Coach, let's talk a little bit and get your thoughts on the Huntsville tournament. As I said, you started on Thursday. You played against Huffman Hargrave. We tied that game 2-2. Zachariah Morales went 2 for 3, 1 run, 1 RBI on the mound. Max Lara in that game won. You tied the game. Talk to us a little bit about what you saw from the Warriors in that first game at that tournament.
Yeah, I mean, it was a highly competitive game. That we were both 5 and 6 in the state in Class 4A for a reason. Both teams really were competitive, 1 through 9 in the lineup. Played pretty good defense, both of us. And we both had really good arms on the mound, so it was a lot of fun. They were one of the reasons we went there. It was an opportunity to play someone from that region and top team from that region, and just see the different brand of baseball. So, we were really pleased with that first game and the performance of our kids. And, especially after a long bus ride, we got off and we competed well.
You did. And then you go one more game there on Thursday against Round Rock, the Warriors. You get the 2-0 win. Max Lara, we talk about his pitching, but offensively, 2 for 3, 1 run. You had Ozbie Buentello went 7 innings pitched, gives up 3 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Let's talk about his performance on the mound, but the overall performance on the team.
Yeah, another really good team, a 6A. Their arm was 86 to 88 from the right side. So another top end arm that we got to see, which is going to really help us in the end when it comes down to district play and seeing the arms that we see in district, and hopefully for a deep playoff run. Max had a great day at the plate. Ozbie had a stellar performance on the mound. Ozbie does what Ozbie does. You saw him pitch on Monday. He really hits the spots. Can throw his pitches, 4 pitches for a strike. Can throw them anywhere that he wants, and he's a high contact pitcher. So, which our defense loves, so he pitched really, really well.
And then we go to Friday and you're playing the Vikings. That's all I got from the Vikings. What team was that?
That was Porter.
Second game on Friday.
That was Porter out of Houston.
Okay.
Another bigger school. We were up on them, I believe 3-0. And the game just kind of got away from us. They ended up beating us 7-3. But actually, that may have been Brian. I'm not sure, but the first game we played was Porter.
Yeah, it was Porter. It was 3-7. Carlos Trevino was on the mound for us.
Yeah, the freshman, he started, he did pretty good for first 3 innings. And then the game just kind of got away from us. Their starter, Emanuel, hit on it earlier. He was an 88 to 91 from the left side that we saw that day. We hit him fairly well. Really competed at the plate against him. The ball didn't bounce our way throughout the second half of the game. But we were still pleased with our effort and our kids' competitiveness.
Awesome. Yeah. And then we played the Vikings. That was our second game on Friday. We got the win 5-4. Max again, big time offensively, 2 for 3. He had the 3 RBIs. But then Jaden Smith, also number 22, he was 2 for 3. And then on the mound for us was number 5, Emanuel Reyes. And you also had a couple of other ones. Talk a little bit about Manuel's performance on the mound.
Yeah, Emmanuel throws multiple pitches. He's really known for his fastball. He can top out, anywhere 90, 91. He kept them at bay for 3 innings. Another bigger school. And we saw their top arm, another lefty that was, he was probably 82 to 84 from the left side. He's a pretty good lefty. Had a lot of movement. So, and then we had, I believe, Adon Rios came in, a freshman, the lefty, and got his first pitching performance on the varsity level. Then we also had Jackson Hermes came in. He's a guy that can really throw it. He came over from basketball and picked up the win for us out of relief.
Yeah, I saw that. That was awesome. And then I saw the games I was following on Saturday. They were close games. Obviously, we take the L in both, but I thought they could have gone either way against Huntsville, 4-5. Zachariah Morales, 2 for 3, 1 run, 1 RBI. Pat Acosta was on the mound. And then against Salado, 2-3, we take the loss. But Israel Benavides, 2 for 2, 1 run and 1 walk. But on the mound, you had number 22, Jaden Smith, to win 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Talk about those games, Coach, because to me, they were close. I wasn't there, but it seemed like we could have easily been 2-0 instead of 0-2 on Saturday.
Yeah. Once again, another tough set of games. And our pitchers, for the most part, did a good job of keeping us in those games. And we really didn't show up offensively, but 2 innings that day. We didn't really have great at bats throughout the course of the games. The last inning against Huntsville, we plated 4 runs to make it 5-4, and had an opportunity at the end to drive in the tying run. It was just too late in the game. We had dug ourselves in a hole. We'd made some errors, which is typically something that, no team wants to do that, but we really pride ourselves on defense, and we did not have a good defensive game. So, the game got away from us, and offensively, we didn't really produce, didn't have as good of at bats as we would like to have had throughout the course of the game, but we showed fight at the end. We wish we would have competed a little bit better offensively in the innings prior. The game 2 was against Salado. That's another 4A. They're really, really sound. Both 4A teams that we played are really sound. And it was good to see another team from another region once again from our classification, see their brand of baseball. Jaden Smith competed well on the mound for us. And, offensively, their pitcher had our number a little bit throughout the course of the game. He was a pretty good arm. I don't think it was their best arm, but I mean, he was pretty crafty in what he did. And we didn't really put great at bats together throughout the course of the game. But once again, it came down to the last inning, and we competed and made it 3-2. And, we had Max Lara up with runner at first and third, down 1 run, and he flew out to the wall. So we'll definitely take that any chance we get, have Max Lara up at the end of the game. So, but we needed to compete better on Saturday throughout the course today, offensively and defensively. And I think if we do that, we do one or the other better. I think we pull out with a victory, but hats off to those teams. Is extremely competitive all weekend, and that's why we went there. See a different brand of baseball and to let our kids face different guys.
The couple that never was, Darby.
I'll wait until they stop. I'll wait until they stop.
Okay, yeah, I can't hear.
And Abigail Fuentes. Best hair girl, Chloe Garza, and boy, David McDowell. Best romance, Jeremiah Salinas and Kale Cooper. 2 peas in a pod, Zadie Aguilar and McKinley Moody.
Oh, that's my daughter and the manager, McKinley Moody.
Really? There you go.
Most involved girl, Adeline Alvarado, and boy, Jordan Garcia. Most photogenic girl, Ella Barrera, and boy, Matthew Diaz. Biggest drama queen, Haley McLaughlin, King Cameron Burge. And most likely to always be late, girl, Ashlyn Berglund, and boy, Kale Cooper. Thanks, Kim. Have a great day.
All right.
That's awesome. That's awesome that we get to hear that. Coach, so the Warriors go 2-3-1 in the tournament. I think what I saw following those games, and then I read the recaps and stuff, was that the pitch is going to keep us in games.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
But it just seemed like against these good teams, we're going to be in just about every game because the pitching is so good there that gives us an opportunity. And I was like, that's what I took from this. Like, wow, we lost. Obviously, they were able. We didn't hit offensively like we like to, but the pitch is going to be there. That's going to keep us in all these games, in playoffs, tournaments, district games. I mean, we've got the pitching, which is it's exciting to see, which was great. And then we go over to Rockport-Fulton. We were there for that one. Just wanted to get your thoughts on what you saw. Like I said, for me, they seemed like they played a clean game fielding to me. I saw them. It seemed like they were missing a beat with the way they were playing out there. Rockport ended up making some errors. And, of course, against Tulsa Midway, you guys made them pay for those errors. Talk about what you saw from Ozbie pitching in that game and then offensively from your team.
Yeah, I mean, Ozbie pitching there, that's Ozbie you're going to get every single game. He's highly competitive. Like I was saying about the Westwood game, a 6A, he pitched the same way that he did against Rockport. He's going to stay somewhere between 4 to 6 strikeouts a game, but he's not really up there to strike guys out. He gets contact, lets our defense work. And how our defense played on Monday is how we train them to play. And also how we expect them to play every single game. Clean baseball, not giving away bases, not giving away runs. Because if you give those away, then then a hit's going to happen or a double's going to happen, and they're going to drive those runs in. So you hit the nail on the head with the pitching. But the flip side of that is we're not a big power team. We're not a strikeout team. We're hit your spot and let the hitter get themselves out by hitting it to our fielders. So that's the defense we want to see that we played against Rockport. Panda made some great plays in right field. Richard Sanchez, our shortstop, made some really good plays as well. But that's our brand of baseball. And then, manufacturing runs. So, Rockport threw their ace at us in Sean Howe is going to A&M Kingsville. So once again, we got to see another team's top pitcher. And they've also brought in their number 2 whenever they took Sean out. So that's what we've seen all year. We've seen everybody's number 1 for the most part. And we just feel that that's preparing us for our district games that are coming up, and then also preparing us hopefully for a long playoff run.
Absolutely. Sanchez, the shortstop, is he a senior too?
He's a junior.
Man, he's got an arm. He's got an arm. He covers some good ground. We talked about Benavides out there. That guy's a stud. Like, I didn't know how good he's fast and he covers a lot of ground.
He can move.
He can move. He sure can, Coach. But Sanchez too. He's got a strong arm to shortstop. Man, he made some great plays.
Yes, sir.
Also, in that game, that was really interesting. I said, I'm going to ask the coach about it because I didn't know if he was a senior. So having him back next year is really going to be good at that shortstop spot. And then let's talk about what's coming up here. Beeville tomorrow. We talked to the boys about Beeville's always competitive. They're good. I don't know how good they are this year, but we here in Rockport play them a couple of times. They're always very competitive. What are you expecting from Beeville tomorrow?
Yeah, Beeville, I mean, they're coached really well. Coach Vasquez is their coach. He's an awesome coach, awesome human being. He'll have his kids prepared as they're getting ready for district play as well. He has some really good arms over there as well. He has a couple of lefties and a pretty good righty. So we're expecting one of those three guys to throw, if not all three of them to throw, kind of combo against us for maybe a bullpen or something, pushing into next week to district play, so we're expecting their best punch, and we're gonna give our best punch as well. So we're excited to play them, get the opportunity to play them, and it's a potential playoff matchup down the road. So if we're both fortunate enough to get to that point.
Yes, sir. And that game is tomorrow. They're at Toloso Midway. It's an early morning game. It's an 11 a.m. game, so it's a little different than we're accustomed to. But it's Saturday, so if you're not working, definitely go on out there.
Yeah, we have prom tomorrow, so we're playing early.
Oh, you got a prom? Okay, okay. Oh, there you
Yes,
go.
sir.
It's an early game, so definitely going out there. That it's been beautiful. It hasn't been really really hot where you're going to sweat out there. The wind blows a little bit, but it's a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day today. So definitely go on out there, support Warrior Baseball. Go on out there. 2 more games before district starts. Zapata will come in. Coach, do you play Zapata at home or over there?
We're at Zapata next Friday.
At Zapata. So we'll talk to you next Thursday. So we won't get into Zapata, but I do want to let you. So I want to talk to you about the team that's coming in on Monday at Whataburger. That's your brother coming
Yes,
all
sir.
the way from Oklahoma. I didn't know that to play. I think it's great. You said earlier, hey, we're gonna try to beat him. We ain't gonna have no mercy on anybody, right? I'm sure he's thinking the same thing, right? Like we're brothers, Thanksgiving, we'll love each other, but tomorrow he wants to beat you, you want to beat him. What do you know? What can you tell us about that team that's coming in on Monday?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be really talented. They have 4 college commits. My brother's actually, he was my guardian and my high school baseball coach and basketball coach growing up. So then he got out of the high school game. He coached me in a few state tournaments in high school. He got out of high school, went into college, won a World Series as a college head coach, made another one, then retired from the college game. And this is his first year back in high school because my little nephew's in junior high, so he wants to coach him in high school like he did myself. So his kids they're going to be ready to play. They're going to be gritty and they're going to be hard nosed. I mean, I grew up an Oklahoma kid, so growing up in Southern Oklahoma, where these kids come from, they're going to be tough nosed kids. Those kids know how to work and they know how to compete. And then having him as a coach, he's going to treat them like they're college kids in terms of the game. They're going to be prepared and they're going to play the game the right way, and they'll represent their community the right way. But so we're expecting a hard fought game, and we want to win. It's the first time we've ever competed against each other, my brother and I. As far as coaching, we competed all the time as growing up, and then whenever I was living with him in high school. But it's definitely going to be special. Getting to compete against his team and his players. Our family's coming down from Oklahoma, so an opportunity to bring us all together here in Corpus, and then we get to play at beautiful Whataburger Field. It just worked out perfect. The timing did for us to get to play out there, so we're both excited. Our families are excited, and I would expect it to be a great matchup. They're not going to come down here and not give it their all.
Absolutely. And that game is at Whataburger. It's an evening. Did I see 7?
It's at 8.
8. It's at 8. I thought I saw that. I knew it was an evening game. Well, wow, Coach, that's awesome. First of all, that your family gets to come down. I think it's always good for brothers to compete, right? He's coming down here. Obviously, I didn't know. So he's coming in. So he has a lot of baseball knowledge, right? So you're going to be someone that really knows the game.
He's the reason I coach baseball. So
wow. So now
you ask the kids where it came from. He's my reason.
Wow, that's awesome. I think that's great that you guys get to compete with your team and that team. It's a lot. It's all in fun, right? But you get to see. You already know how he coaches. He knows this is the first time, so I think it's going to be great. Hopefully, a lot of the Toloso Midway fans will drive out there to see a good game, but also get to support you and probably sit there and say hello to your family. But I think it's awesome, Coach. Your family gets to come down. You're going to have all your family there and get to compete against your brother. I think it's awesome. And we don't know much about that team. So if you want to know Oklahoma baseball, definitely come on out. That's on Monday at 8 o'clock at Whataburger Field. Come on out and watch a team from Oklahoma, not a Texas team, and see if they can show us how they play baseball out there, or see if we can show them how we play baseball down here in Texas. But it's going to be a great matchup again. That's at Whataburger Field Monday at 8 o'clock. Definitely come on out there, support Coach Moody and the Warriors. Coach, thank you very much for coming down. We'll talk about Zapata next Friday. It will start district play. The coach is scheduled to come on Thursday, so we'll definitely preview that game. We'll recap these games and then preview the Zapata game on Friday. Coach, thanks. Any shout outs, anything you want to add before we let you go?
Just once again, thank you for covering our program and our school district and all of our kids here at TM. We got great kids. And then just like last week, give a shout out to our parents. Our parents are awesome. They're the engine that makes this program go. So thank you to all our parents, and come support the Warriors.
Absolutely, Coach. And thank you for letting us go out there and stream. And we had a lot of fun. The guys that were in the press box, they were really nice. We were talking after the game, and we told them we definitely want to go back. But it was great. We were able to stream it. It's a beautiful place. Saw a lot of fans out there. It's a beautiful baseball field stadium. You saw the turf out there. So we hope to get out there again really soon here when the next district game starts. So definitely, if you can't come out there and support the Warriors, if you're working or you live too far, I'll let you guys know where we're at when we're going to be out there, and definitely support the Warriors and the baseball program through our live stream. Coach, thank you very much. Good luck tomorrow against Beeville, and then Monday, hopefully everything works out and you have a lot of fun there competing against your brother, and we'll see you next Thursday.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.